What's happening, folks? On here tonight for another wrestling rant. This is the weekly rant where we talk about the wrestling that I watched this past week and what I thought about it. Man, I must say we're going to start with Monday Night Raw. We're going to do NXT. We're going to also do Dynamite, SmackDown, and the NXT pay-per-view that I actually watched. I watched that whole thing, and it was a decent show for the most part. So let's get to Monday Night Raw. It started off with CM Punk coming out, then Seth Rollins came out, then Sami Zayn came out. Next thing you know, Seth and Sami got a match, and man, everyone was on their A game when it came to their promos. Then the New Day. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. What they did with the New Day, how the New Day didn't technically break up, but at the same time they told Big E. I don't think they kicked Big E out of the New Day, but they more so told him like, nah, you come in when it's convenient for you. Nah, we'll let you know when we need you. So they didn't give him the boot, but they let him know, nah, what you did wasn't cool. You know, you saw us beefing this whole time, and now you want to show up on a celebration part. So yeah, I get them on that. Then we got the stuff with the Wyatt Six and the Final Testament. Okay, let's just get that over with. I mean, man, Monday Night Raw, it was good. It wasn't a whole lot of wrestling, but man, the little bit of wrestling was decent, and also the stories was so great. And then the main event was Seth and Sami. Seth got the win, but man, Drew McIntyre, Claymore to Sami. So now Drew McIntyre is back. Let's not forget, during the whole Bloodline thing, Sami Zayn was a part of the Bloodline, helping Roman keep the belt while he was fighting Drew. So, man, that's so great. They can just tie it all together. Then CM Punk still got his favor to get called in. So, man, it's so much going on. And it's a good time. Man, Raw, that was one of the better Raws that I've seen lately. That was one of the better Raws I've seen this year, actually. So then we got NXT, where they get everything ready for we're getting everything situated for the 25-minute match where the participants, you had to score the most pinfalls. The men, women, they had one. And the big thing was Lola Vice and Jada Parker, where Jada Parker cut a probe. I'm like, hey, she meant that. She was up there cussing and everything else. It was good. And then Lola Vice came down and got knocked out, which was great. It was real. It was good. I was like, man, I can't wait till Jada Parker goes to the main roster. I don't think Lola's quite ready yet. Her promo is still a little clunky, and her matches are a little but not very bad. They once they refine themselves a little bit, I think they'd both be real good on the main roster. But that was pretty much it for NXT. But even that was a decent enough show. Then after NXT, we got AEW Dynamite, where we started off the show with the Hurt Syndicate, which is great. However, they had Shelton Benjamin do a job to Kyle Fletcher. They had him lose to Kyle Fletcher. There's no way on this planet Shelton Benjamin should have lost a single match in this convoluted tournament that you would need a spreadsheet to keep track of. There's no way he should have lost a single match, let alone that match, let alone a match that early. Most just ridiculous. And then the Hurt Syndicate, they go back there beating people up because that's what they do with hurt people. Well, you lost a match. Can't believe it. And it was just one fiasco after another. Mercedes Moné came out and she cut a not really a promo, but just her backstage about Camille quitting and all this nonsense. just awful. Just get her off of TV. Then we got more of those tournament matches, and jeez, good grief. And then Moxley, big takeaway from Dynamite Wars. Moxley got his alleged comeuppance where everyone hit their move on him. So Moxley, he's about to do what he does, come through the crowd with some of the tightest jeans on I've ever seen a grown man wear. And Orange Cassidy comes in and starts choking. Well, he's in disguise first of all. Then he starts choking him with a cable, with a cord from one of the cameras. He starts choking him, and then they walk to the ring. Then Marina Shafir, she muscles Orange Cassidy. It was hilarious. She muscles him off, and then next thing you know, he dumps her, but she pulls him off like relatively easy too. She pulls him off, and then everyone gets in the ring. Like, you know, Moxley gets he gets orange punched. He gets the hangman's. He gets the buckshot lariat. He gets everyone's finisher. And now they're setting it like it's going to be a four between Orange Cassidy, Adam Page, Jay White, and John Moxley for the world title. Like, who cares? Like, oh my goodness, who cares? Like, this, what are we doing here? I mean, Moxley and gang, I don't know him and the Death Riders. This is some of the most confusing stuff I've ever seen in wrestling. It's utterly confusing. And we are on to the SmackDown for Friday night, where, you know, they was building up, and you saw the fallout from Survivor Series. The 2.0 Bloodline was not happy. They came in beating people up. Poor Apollo Crews, he didn't deserve that. He just got jumped for being there. He got roughed up. Then you see DIY turn heel, and of course we all know they took out the Street Profits. That's why they got title shot and they won. No pop DIY against the no pop Motor City Machine Guns. It's a decent enough match, but, you know, the crowd wasn't invested into it. I wasn't really invested in it either because I don't really care about these teams. Then we got, you know, the whole shebang with the 2.0 Bloodline. They got some soldiers down. We got Bronson Reed out. We got Tonga Loa out. I mean, you know, yeah, I don't see how Tonga Loa got hurt. I mean, he did much other than take bumps, but, you know, whatever. So we had that going on with SmackDown. The matches on SmackDown were fairly decent enough. I said the Motor City Machine Guns and DIY, it was a decent enough match. It just, the crowd was not really into it, and I can understand why. Then we got the Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens thing blowing up on Saturday Night Main Event. They had their somewhat sit down, but not quite. So, but yeah, SmackDown was a good show all in all, building up to Saturday Night's Main Event and going further too, because yeah, they can go so many ways. I mean, because Kevin Owens, he can branch off, like he has legit beef with Cody because him teaming with Roman after all the years of Roman torturing him. Then you got Sami Zayn, same thing. So yeah, it can go several different ways, and I'm here for it. Then we got, I won't go watch Rampage or Collision because I didn't want to hurt my eyes. But then I looked at the NXT pay-per-view, or premium live event, or whatever you want to call it. I watched that Saturday, which was fairly good. It was better than I gave it credit for. You know, my only gripe is that, you know, it's like 15 minutes in between matches and then a bunch of commercials. I'm like, man, this seemed like just an extended show. But it was good all in all. The underground match, Lola Vice, Jada Parker got choked out. But that was an entertaining match. That was entertaining. Trick Williams and his match was good. Then we got Obafemi yeah, I can't wait for his call up to the main roster because, yeah, he needs to be a monster. He needs to be a monster. Because, man, he was just throwing everybody around in that one. And he won. Juliana won the girls' gauntlet match. I was hoping Stephanie Vaquero won, but, you know, Juliana, she won. And that match wasn't too bad either. I really like Stephanie Vaquero. She's a smooth in-ring worker. Her stuff doesn't look choppy like most of the girls do most of the time. You know, I mean, of course, they're going to have spots where it looks just ridiculous. But all in all, I mean, like, she's a smooth worker. I see why WWE wanted to sign her. And I'm glad she did versus going to AEW where that would just get wasted and washed down the drain. But all in all, the NXT pay-per-view was decent enough. Wrestling was good for the most part this past week. I'd say my grade on it, I would have to give it an A. Not an A-, not an A+, but it's solid A because it was good. It was entertaining. All the shows kept me engaged, and I can remember highlights from every single show. So even the AEW stuff, which is just unheard of. I mean, the direction of it doesn't make any logical sense. So is it gonna get any better? I doubt it. I'm literally just watching it now because I didn't watch the fall of WCW. I didn't watch that last year WCW after WCW 2000. After that Bash at the Beach 2000, I was done. I was out from WCW, and I didn't watch any of TNA. So watching just the bad stuff happen, it's fascinating, but not in a good way. It is fascinating to see, like, it can't get any worse. They can't possibly be doing this and think that it's good. What is happening right now? It's more along the lines of trying to figure out. You ever had a puzzle that you try to figure out the pieces to, and it's obvious that something was wrong with the manufacturer and that some of these pieces weren't quite meant to. Some of these pieces aren't quite right, but you keep trying anyway because you want to see the puzzle. I want to get as close to the finished product as I possibly can get to. That's where I'm with AEW. That's where I am with it. Trying to get to the finished product as much as possible to see what happens. Because like I said, I didn't see the fall of WCW. I stopped watching it in 2000. So I'm just curious to see how this goes. But let me know what you like, what you didn't like, your highlights, your lowlights. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below so we keep the party rolling. Thanks, y'all. Peace.